guys, how are ya? Kim Richardson here, author of High Vibe Eating, a cookbook for your mind, body, and spirit. And those of you that know me know I love to snack. And so I want to show you today how I'm going to make a healthier version of granola. And so there's lots of versions that you can make. I'm going to post a link to the recipe. This is a recipe that's actually not in my book, and but I make it all of the time, and so it's kind of a bonus recipe for you. And there's lots of variations. So the basic recipe, you can start off with making it any way that you like. You can add whatever kind of nuts that you like. You can add whatever kind of fruit that you like, or leave it out, whatever you choose. And I just use what I have at home, and I usually have lots of cashews and almonds. Sometimes I'll have pumpkin seeds. Sometimes I'll have chopped dehydrated apples. Oh, the apple one's so good with some cinnamon, so delicious. And I always have dried cranberries, because the almonds, sliced almonds and cranberries, I always have for sure, because I put those in my salads all the time. So let me go through kind of what the ingredients are, and we're gonna put this together. It'll be really quick and easy. And since I just was, touching my hair, I'm gonna wash my hands really quick. Here we go. Make sure everything's nice and clean. Okay, so now you start with your organic oats. I use organic oats. I feel it's really important to be in control of the ingredients that are in my food, and when we have other granolas and granola bars, they're loaded with sugar and all kinds of different things, chemicals, preservatives, things that we don't want. So this is an easy way. It makes a whole lot. I make a huge batch, and I'll share it with friends, or I'll just eat it throughout the week, and it's a great snack. And I do put a little sugar in it so that it's a little kind of salty, sweet snack and crunchy. Now, oats themselves are naturally gluten-free. But if you have a gluten allergy, make sure you buy ones that say gluten-free, because there may be cross-contamination in the plant. If they say they're gluten-free, there shouldn't be that cross-contamination. But so the basic recipe is 2 cups of oats and then 1 cup of nuts. Now, I love nuts, so I put a lot of nuts in mine. I put a lot more. Now, I buy these organic cashews. They're not roasted, they're not salted. I like to be in control of that, and I don't salt my nuts, and I roast them ahead of time. So this is just an extra step. You can buy some already roasted if you want. Now, I do have some delicious pumpkin seeds in here. I have some sliced almonds, and I just kind of roasted those really quick in the oven. And so you could do 1 cup of nuts, but I love nuts, so I'm going to put all of these, which is a lot. It's almost equal parts of those oats. If you're going to roast your nuts, I just put them in the oven at 350 for about 5 or 10 minutes on some parchment paper, and I'm going to reuse this baking sheet and parchment paper for the rest of my recipe. So that's ready to go for my granola, okay? So here's my dry ingredients. Now, I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 30 seconds. Now let's talk about the wet ingredients. So the wet ingredients is honey, okay? You can put about a 1/3 cup of honey, how much ever that you like, and you need some kind of oil or fat. Some people use butter. You can do that if you want. I don't really want the saturated fat. You can use coconut oil. It's really great. It's a healthier version for you. It's healthier fats, and it helps the granola hold together better. I don't like the taste, the coconut oil, because I just don't like anything coconut. So I just use my extra virgin organic olive oil, okay? And then a little bit of vanilla flavoring, okay? So I've mixed that all together, and I like to heat it up just about 30 seconds, just so that it will mix really well with everything. And then your sugar. So how much, you don't even have to add sugar, but I like using more of a raw, unrefined sugar rather than white sugar. Sugar is sugar, though. I mean, it's still, you know, sugar. So if you're looking for sugar-free, you don't have to put that in there, but I like to have a little taste of something sweet. The honey adds a sweetness too. So I'm gonna mix all of that up and get that sugar kind of dissolved in here. Really, really simple to do, okay? And then I'm gonna pour this right over top of everything. Get all the yummy goodness out of there. And just mix that together so that it's just nice and moist. Okay. Now this is where it's a good point if you want to add a little bit of salt. I don't add a lot, but a little salt to it. So we have the salty sweet. Okay. And you know, I use Himalayan sea salt, but again, salt is salt. So if you're looking for low sodium, you know, you don't have to add that, or you just add a little bit. Okay. And so now we're getting that kind of getting moist in here. You just want it to be moist enough where all those pieces that are dry are nice and moist. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more honey. This is why I like to kind of heat it up. You know, I'm going to heat up a little bit more, I think, because it will spread a little bit easier. And just a little bit more oil, because this needs to be, I'm making a way bigger batch than what the recipe calls for, so it needs a little bit more moisture. So we'll just do 20 seconds on that. And you can start to see kind of the texture of this. Now you can turn these into granola bars with, you know, adding some maybe organic peanut butter, making your own. You can do cashew butter, almond butter, and put them in a parchment paper lined baking dish, press them down. And then you have a healthier granola snack. So this just needs a little bit more moisture, not a lot. Okay. All right. There we go. Now it's, you just want it to kind of be, you can see that it's moist. It doesn't have, you're not looking for it to really stick together yet, because when we bake it, that honey is going to help it stick, the oil is going to help it stick, and then we're going to do some egg whites. Now you need your dried fruit, usually about a half a cup. Again, I'm making a big batch, so this is about a cup, and I'm using cranberries. We're just going to throw that in there and give that a stir. That gives it the nice little sweet surprise. Again, as little or as much as you want. And then I love cinnamon, so we're gonna sprinkle this with lots of cinnamon, how much ever you like. Cover that up. Okay. And then when it's baking, oh, the smell of this is just delicious. Okay, so then the last step, after you get that all nice and mixed really well, that cinnamon to coat everything. It smells delicious. Of course, you add cinnamon to anything. And you can see, I mean, this is, I'm kind of doing a double batch because I like to have a lot. All right, next is the part that's going to hold it together and kind of make it clumpy. You don't have to add this. If you're vegan, you don't have to add the egg whites, but I find that it really helps to hold everything and give it that texture that you like. So I have 2 egg whites in here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat these eggs till they're really foamy, okay? So this is going to make a little bit of a mess here. That's looking good. So just so you can see what's happening, see it's kind of frothy and foamy. Now all I'm going to do is pour this right in there, and then this is going to give it a nice sheen and make them stick together and make them clumpy. All right, so we're going to mix that really, really, really well. Sometimes you can just get your hands in there, and that's okay too. You'll just get them nice and sticky, because I'm going to get them dirty here in a second. The key is just making sure that that's all mixed in. when that bakes, it's gonna bake into little clusters. And so, all right, now I've got my parchment paper lined baking sheet here, and I'm gonna just pour this out right on top. Okay, get all that yummy goodness. Now the trick that I have is to kind of spread this out with a hole in the center so that it cooks more evenly. And you want to have it kind of risen on the sides here so that it will be nice and clumpy. If you spread it too thin, it doesn't hold in little clusters or clumps, okay? So I've got the oven on 280, it's preheated. I'm gonna throw this in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes. And then what I do is I just turn the oven off and I just let the door sit open. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in there. Okay. So that's gonna go for 30 to 45 minutes. So then I just let it sit like this with the oven off once it's done and let it cool. Once it cools, you take a spoon, you kind of just break it up a little bit and you can put it in any airtight container and you have wonderful snacks throughout the week. And I take this everywhere with me. So even if I'm traveling on a plane or, you know, I often take a bunch for friends too. And those of you that know me know I've had my granola with me. And I'll have bags and bags for everybody to share because it's a great snack to eat, and you got the nuts and it's just delicious. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you try it. And again, the link to the recipe is down below. So I love you guys. Talk to you soon.